Today we are responding to Mikhaila Peterson's reaction to Muslim preachers.
When Muslims go and conquer the adjacent country, the Prophet says, the first thing you do is call them to Islam. If they refuse, then tell them Allah obliged upon you to pay taxation, jizya. When enemy comes and attack your country, you don't fight. We Muslims protect you. But the ruling is for Sharia. If they refuse, then we have to fight. Then we capture you, you become our slaves, and we take your land. Because you refuse, I give you two good options. This is the strength of Islam. But nowadays, forget this. Maybe in the coming 40, 50 years when the Muslims become strong.
Just...
yeah. If they refuse...
Two good options. You didn't go along with it. Yeah. I think people in the West believe that that's just what happened hundreds of years ago and doesn't happen anymore. And it's not over for a lot of societies.
There is nothing wrong with what Sheikh Asim said. Do you believe that during war they are throwing flowers at each other? What do you mean by people in the West think that's just history? Who cares what the West think or believe? Do you think you have monopoly on the ethics of war? Firstly, let's look at her religion. In Christianity, if you read 1 Samuel 15:3, now go, attack the Amalekites and totally destroy all that belongs to them. Do not spare them. Put to death men and women, children and infants, cattle and sheep, camels and donkeys. Did you see the differentiation between children and infants? Pure evil and terrorism. This is what happens when you throw stones when you live in a glass house. And this is why Islam is a superior way of life. We Muslims are not commanded to force people to become Muslim. Not like the West that is forcing the whole world to become liberal. We are giving the enemies the choice. Drop your weapons and pay the jizya, a non-Muslim protection tax, which is less than zakat, a higher tax for Muslims. You also pay taxes in America. So what's the complaint? War in Islam should not be waged for the sole purpose of shedding blood or seeking vengeance. If Muslims capture them and take them to a place that has been prepared for them, they should not harm them or torture them by beatings, depriving them from food and water, leaving them out in the cold or in the sun, burning them with fire, or putting covers over their mouths, ears and eyes, and putting them in cages like animals. Rather, we should treat them with the kindness and mercy, feed them well, and encourage them to enter Islam.
Here, Mohammed Hijab, with 581,000 subscribers, says, I believe certain anti-Muslim women would wish they lived in the medieval period, a period where if a war was won by the opposing side, it was conventional that people could be taken as booty. Some historical accounts actually say some women would dress up for the captor.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't... He like lives in the UK, right? Isn't he at Oxford?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't really know what to like. I don't even know what kind of response to have to that. He would like. How does he know? Also, how does he know if he wouldn't even look at me during an interview?
Well, he believes. That's what he says. He believes.
He believes. Okay, well, that's probably accurate. That's every woman's dream. When I grow up, I want to be a sex slave. Yep. Secret fantasies. Nope.
I don't believe this apostate prophet understand what sarcasm even mean. Before explaining the tweet, let's go and read a verse from the Bible. She's a Christian, so she has zero problem with this. 1 Timothy 2:12, I do not permit a woman to teach or to assume authority over a man. She must be quiet. What does she think of this verse? That doesn't allow her to have authority over man. She must be submissive and not allowed to teach at all. Now, let's come back to the tweet. Brother Muhammad was making fun of the women that are against Islam. The women that are against modesty and against women wearing hijab, but have no problem with the promotion of a naked woman as a product to buy the same way they did during the medieval times. Islam gave honor to women by elevating them from a product that can be bought and sold to an equal human being in the eyes of God.
Both Islam and human rights are in 100% agreement that women are accountable if they break the law. And that means Islam and human rights are in 100% agreement that women should be beaten. We only differ on who should do the beating.
That was good. That's a little bit, that's not how logic works. Therefore, women can be beaten. Okay. That was a bit of a stretch. I'm probably more prone to laugh at these things, but it's actually scary. If suddenly that's how all your neighbors think, then it's scary.
This one I cannot react to because the clip of Brother Daniel was cut off and they didn't even show his arguments. The clip was from a debate Brother Daniel had with an atheist that couldn't even respond to the argument. I'll give the right to respond to Brother Daniel himself. You can check the video in the description. It's funny that we have an atheist collaborating with a Christian to attack Islam, from where both of them get their morals. I personally get my morals from Quran and the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. My morals are objective because they are from a divine source. What are they using? Subjective liberal morals and rely on presentism. Their morals keep changing to suit their desires. Lastly, I want to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the blessing of Islam, for being saved from atheistic nihilism and absurdity of Christianity. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe and leave your feedback because it's appreciated. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.